Have you ever been in a conversation where things just get awkward? Like you want to make plans with a friend or maybe just ask them about their day, but your mind goes blank? You get stuck using the same old textbook robotic phrases, and you just wish you sounded more chill, more natural. I totally get it. It's the worst feeling. But guess what? You don't need to memorize a dictionary to sound cool. Today, we are going to fix that. We are breaking down a super easy, real-life conversation about the best things in life: food, relaxing, and hanging out. By the end of this video, you're going to have the confidence to slide into any conversation without breaking a sweat. Let's do this. Hey everyone, welcome back. I am so hyped for today's session. We are going to look at a conversation between two friends, Mike and Sarah. They are just regular people having a chat, but hidden inside their talk are some absolute gold mines for learning English. You know, a lot of you guys are always searching for the best ways to learn English conversation, and usually you find stuff that's way too complicated or just plain boring. We aren't doing that today. We are keeping it fresh, simple, and actually useful. We're going to listen to them talk about their day, cooking dinner, which, let's be honest, is a struggle for some of us, and finally making plans for the weekend. I'm going to act as your guide. I'll read their lines, and then we are going to pause and tear it apart so you understand exactly why they use those specific words. This way, you can steal their style and use it yourself. Part 1. The no-stress greeting. All right, let's start from the very beginning. Every conversation starts with a greeting, right? But notice how they do it. Mike starts off by saying, "Hi, Sarah. How was your day?" Simple, classic. He uses was because the day is mostly over. But here's where the magic happens. Listen to Sarah's reply. She says, "Hi, Mike. It was good, thank you. How about yours?" Okay, stop right there. Did you catch that? How about yours? This is a total game changer phrase. If you take one thing from this video, take this. Instead of being a robot and saying, "How was your day?" back to him, which sounds super repetitive, she just uses the shortcut. How about yours? It's fast, it's friendly, and it keeps the flow moving. You can use this for anything. If someone says, "I'm hungry," you say, "How about you?" If someone says, "I love this movie," you can ask, "How about you?" It's the ultimate conversation ping-pong move. Mike replies, "It was good, thank you." See? Smooth. No awkward pauses. Now, the conversation gets a little deeper. Sarah gives a real update. She says, "It was a bit busy, but I feel happy now." I love the phrase "a bit." Americans and British speakers use this constantly. It just means a little. Saying "it was a bit busy" sounds way more natural than saying "it was slightly busy." You can use this all day long. "I'm a bit tired." "This coffee is a bit cold." "The movie was a bit long." It's a great way to soften your sentences so you don't sound too dramatic. So Mike is curious. He asks, "Why do you feel happy?" And Sarah drops the news. "I cooked dinner for my family today." Notice the grammar here. She used cooked with that ed at the end. It's done. It's finished. She's not cooking now. She cooked earlier. And Mike, being a supportive friend, says, "That's nice. What did you cook?" This is a great example of being a good listener. When your friend tells you they did something, give them a little positive feedback like, "That's nice," or "That's cool," before you ask your next question. It shows you actually care. Part 3. Describing food and sounds. Now we get to the tasty part. Sarah answers, "I made pasta with vegetables and chicken." Okay, that actually makes me hungry right now. But look at how Mike reacts. He doesn't see the food, he doesn't smell the food, he just hears about it. So he says, "That sounds delicious." This is a huge tip for daily English speaking practice. When you're reacting to a story, use the word sounds. If your friend says, "I'm going to Disney World," you say, "That sounds fun." If they say, "I have to work all weekend," you say, "That sounds terrible." In this case, that sounds delicious. It's effortless and it makes you sound like a native speaker immediately. Then Mike asks, "Do you like cooking?" And Sarah says, "Yes, I enjoy cooking a lot. It helps me relax." Relax is a key word. For Sarah, cooking isn't a chore, it's her chill time. It's how she de-stresses. Now, this next part is super relatable. I feel like there are two types of people in the world, people who cook like Sarah and people like Mike. Mike says, I usually order food because I don't cook very well. We've all been there, right? Order food means calling for delivery. Uber Eats, DoorDash, whatever. Mike is admitting he's not a master chef. He's being honest, vulnerable.
But Sarah is encouraging. She says, you can learn. Cooking is easier than it looks. I love that expression, easier than it looks. Write that down. Easier than it looks. We use this when something seems scary or hard, but once you try it, it's actually simple. Driving is easier than it looks. Speaking English is easier than it looks. She's telling him, hey, don't be intimidated. You can do this. Mike isn't fully convinced, though. He says, maybe you're right. Then he asks about her habits. Do you cook every day? Sarah keeps it real. Not every day, but I try to cook on weekends. Notice the preposition there? On weekends. Not in weekends, not at weekends, on weekends. Whenever we talk about days, Monday, Tuesday, the weekend, we use on. It's a small rule, but if you get it wrong, it sounds a bit strange. So remember, on Saturday, on Sunday, on the weekend. Part 5, making plans, the how about strategy. Okay, now the conversation shifts. Mike wants to get better at cooking, so he asks a favor. He says, can you teach me one day? Sarah's awesome, so she says, of course, we can cook together sometime. Sometime is vague, right? It means in the future, but we don't know when. Mike wants to lock this down. He wants a specific time, so he asks the magic question, when are you free? Guys, if you want to hang out with someone, memorize this line. When are you free? It puts the ball in their court. It asks them when they have empty time. Sarah suggests a time. Listen to how she does it. She doesn't just say Saturday afternoon. She makes it a suggestion. She says, how about Saturday afternoon? There's that phrase again, how about. Earlier we saw how about yours. Now it's how about Saturday. It is the friendliest way to offer an idea. Mike is down for it. He says, Saturday afternoon is perfect for me. Perfect for me means zero conflicts. He is totally available. Now they need a location. Sarah says, nice, let's meet at my place at 4 p.m. Two big things here. First, my place. This is very casual, very American. It just means my home. You don't need to say, come to my apartment number 4B. Just say, come to my place, or let's go to your place. And second, the prepositions again, at 4 p.m. We use on for days, on Saturday, but we use at for the clock time, at 4 p.m., at noon, at midnight. Mike confirms it to make sure they're on the same page. Okay, I'll be there at 4 p.m. on Saturday. Then Sarah gets excited. She says, awesome. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Awesome is such a great word. It's high energy, it's positive, and Mike ends the conversation with one of the most polite and professional and friendly phrases in the English language. He says, thank you, Sarah. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it means I am excited about this future event. You can't just say, I wait for it. That sounds weird. You say, I'm looking forward to it. You can use this with your boss, your teacher, or your best friend. It's the perfect way to say goodbye when you have a plan. So, there you have it, a full breakdown of a real conversation. We went from how was your day all the way to making a solid plan for Saturday. Cooking pasta might be easy, but I promise you, speaking English like this is easier than it looks too. You just have to practice these small phrases. Try using how about tomorrow. Try using I'm looking forward to it. It will make a massive difference in how people respond to you. I really hope you found this breakdown helpful. If you did and you want to see more real-life examples like this, please do me a huge favor. Smash that like button. It really helps the video out. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a lesson from 10-Minute English Academy. I have a question for you guys before you go. Do you prefer cooking at home, or are you like Mike and prefer ordering food? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Keep practicing, stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!